Well, good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are off to a wonderful start. I have a job to do. Jamie asked me to do this a couple of days ago, and I haven't got around to it yet. But today, we're going to do it together. Looky here. So that limb got broken down the last time that we mowed. The top of the tractor snagged it and pulled the entire limb down. However, it's still hooked enough that I can't reach over and pull it off myself. So we're gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna grab the mini chainsaw and we're gonna do that together. I keep my mini chainsaw right in one of these drawers. Let me put the battery onto it. Now these chainsaws are very awesome, but would you believe there's nowhere to put bar oil? There's nowhere for oil to go, so I don't know exactly how or why they're able to run without bar oil. There you go. Check that out. Now what I'm going to do while I'm here is any other limb that has been known to get in my way. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's my battery. That's my battery. That's my battery. A simple battery replacement and we're right back on the job. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut down all of the limbs that get in my way while I'm trying to mow. Oh, come on. Some are small, some a little bit bigger. And these over here actually come down and hit the roof of our chicken. This is that little chicken area where we keep our baby chickens. If you guys don't have a mini chainsaw, I'm not trying to promote these things. It doesn't make me a darn bit of difference if you buy one or not. But I'm just telling you as a human, if you don't like lugging around a big chainsaw, but you have things that you need to cut, like this over here, you should, in fact, get you a mini chainsaw. And like I said, I don't promote these guys. I could give a shirt less if you have one or not. But I would much rather lug around a mini chainsaw than have to use a big chainsaw. Look, even these larger limbs. Uh-oh. It's like a lightsaber, sort of. A Star Wars lightsaber. Look at here, look how I've opened all of this up now. Guys, that's cool. Anyway, now I'm gonna take all of these to my burn pile. I will say again, I do not sponsor these guys, but I'm telling you this is a public service announcement that we love our mini chainsaws, and we have different kinds of them. This over here is called, whatever that's called, and the way you plug in the battery is like that. It simply plugs the battery in with that little plug there, and it pops right off and goes on. Isn't that cool? Today will be the very first time of using our new fish feed. We were gifted this, guys. I want to say thank you so much to the kind sender. But now that we have the filter and the fountain on our pond, I'm going to start using this. I just can't open it with one hand. You guys have to give me a moment here. What are you doing? Stop it. All right, this is what fish food looks like. And we're gonna walk this one scoop out to the pond. I don't know exactly how. Did y'all see him jump on me when I was in there? Why did he do that? It didn't hurt, but he tried to spur me. I don't know why. You can just hush it up. I've already left. Terrence. So what I'm going to do is walk over here and turn on the fountain. Look at this. Do you mind? I'm working on a video and it's not about you. Okay? Thank you. Jamie has to tie these gates up because we have them we have the horses come by and start rubbing up against them, and next thing you know, they pop the gate open. We have horses all over the yard. I'm gonna leave it open for now because we have no horses up here by the gate. I'm gonna walk over and show you guys how we turn our pond filter fountain on and off, and then we're going to walk along and sprinkle out some of this fish food. All right, so we pop that open over there, push that on. There we go. Now what I want to do is get our fish familiar to coming to this area. When they hear that noise, I want them to begin to come to this area. So I'm going to take handfuls of this fish food and throw it out all around the edges of this here, of the fountain area. And then over time, what you can do is you'll condition your fish to come. Whenever they hear that noise, they'll start coming over. And it's gonna be the neatest thing. As these fish get bigger, you'll be able to see them pretty much just kind of swarming around the fountain area, grabbing this food. As of right now, today, they don't know what's going on. It probably spooked them and scared them off. I'm gonna walk around and go to the deeper side of the pond. I think by putting this food on the deeper side of the pond, we'll be better off, because sometimes if they don't eat it in time, it can make a sloppy mess. So what I'm doing over here is just tossing out food. I know you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just grabbing handfuls of this fish food and tossing it across the pond area, and our fish will start coming up to eat on it. Sometimes you can actually find those little schools of fish. I don't really see them right now though, but they're here. You guys may not know about this, but do you know that a lot of times people who hunt and harvest deer, they will put a bell on the deer feeders, the corn feeders, and that bell will go off, then that deer feeder begins to sling out corn. And when those deer hear that bell, they come a-running towards the corn feeder. And that may seem like a really cool thing. It allows the deer to see and know that there's corn being put out. But what I think is sad about that is, during hunting season, you have those hunters who end up taking their positions all along those areas that they've been feeding those deer. And then they sound that bell, and guess what? All of these deer, bucks and does, all come a-running, thinking it's time to eat, just to find out that there's a hunter in wait who's going to go ahead and take one or two of them out. That to me is not real hunting. I hate to say it that way, but it's true. To me, that's not real hunting. That's just a really, I don't even see how a man can call himself a hunter if he has to lure his game to him. Seriously, I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to knock deer hunters, and I can guarantee there's probably no deer hunters going to watch my channel anyway. But I think that's really cheesy when you have to lure animals to you all during the off season, just so as you can have a really easy shot come deer season. I've always thought that was just real cheesy. I don't see any fish schools at all right now. But I can promise you, as they start making their way down, they will run across this food. And this will be neat. So I'm going to only feed on this end of the pond. I'm not going to feed down the other end. All right? I know what some of y'all are probably thinking, that all I'm doing by tricking these fish into hearing a sound and then going towards that sound, knowing there's going to be food over there, is probably the same thing as those guys, those hunters who trick those deer into coming to a sound. And I guess in a way that might be similar. But you know what? I'm kind of weird in the fact that I don't really, this is going to sound horrible, I don't classify deer. Oh no, y'all look. That is a baby turtle. And if there's baby turtles, that means that somewhere there's a mama turtle. And if there's a mama turtle, that means that they're going to be eating on our fish. And that is not good. Can y'all see that little turtle? Let me zoom in. Right in the center of your screen. Baby turtle. Oh boy, looky here. Where is it? There's another one right there. Baby turtles mean that somewhere out there is mama turtle. And we don't want mama turtles in our pond, because turtles eat your fish. Oh Lord, there's always something, friends. There's always something. But no, I was going to say that I don't really mind necessarily. I know that fishermen will put a light, a night light, a fluorescent light, shining onto where they're fishing from, to try to help attract fish. All right, that water looks great. And I don't know why, I don't feel like that's quite as bad as it is when you lure in a deer. I don't think that, maybe I don't classify deer and fish as the same category. Look at here. That's that big star we put up yesterday. What do you guys think? Now, do y'all think we should move it further down, or is it okay where it's at? Because we could move it another 2 foot down to the left, this over here. That might make it more centered. I don't know. I never got a measuring tape, and I never walked it off. I just eyeballed it. That's what we call it. We eyeball it. And I eyeballed it and thought it looked right. But from over here, I'm thinking it might need to go down a little bit further to be completely centered. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you are observant enough, you will realize that our pond is a couple of feet low. You can look at the line around the pond. You see the grass line? That's how deep the pond should be. But it's about a foot and a half, maybe 2 foot low. So we do have a way to turn on our actual, we have a pump now that runs into our pond. But we don't like to run that as much if we don't have to. But if we don't get some substantial rain at some point, we've had little showers, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. We've had enough rain to keep our grass nice and green. And but we haven't really had enough rain to keep our pond full, because it takes a whole lot more rain to fill your pond than it does to keep your grass green. But we do have a water line that comes out of our pump, our water well, and goes into our pond, and we can put that on kind of a trickle, and it keeps a constant flow of water coming into our pond that could eventually bring it back up to level. It's beautiful out here, just beautiful. All right, let me go grab those limbs, and this will be the pile we're gonna put them, and then we'll get us a fire going once they dry out. Come on, sweetie. Stella? Where's she at? Oh, Lord. Well, hey there, Trixie. Hi. So, like, I'm not going to do any running today. I don't feel like running right now. All right, we're going to pile these limbs to the back of the side-by-side here. That'll be the easiest way to transport them over to my burn pile. That's kind of cool. You think it'll ride all the way out there? How many think it's gonna ride all the way to the burn pile? I kind of don't. I don't think it's gonna make it. Hey, Tina. Hey, alpaca family. Hey, you know what? Let's not go to the burn pile. Let's give these goats something to eat on. Guys, y'all want something green and yummy? Guys, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with Lester? Why would I not have offered these to our goats? Look, let's see if they like them. Who wants something green? Who wants something green? Oh, Brady, he's like, I'm starving for something green. Here. I'll let these goats have them, and I'll come back later and pick up all the dry branches. I'm coming, guys. I'm a bad daddy. I'm a bad daddy. Hey there. Hey, Debbie. Come on, ringers. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and tie this here. This is a salt block for goats and alpaca. And I'm going to go ahead and tie this to the fence so they can have it when they want it. I'll put it over here and I'll get to it. Boy, these goats are loving this, guys. Ringo, come eat, buddy. Ringo, come get a snack. He's like, it's just kind of a long walk. Couldn't you bring it over here to me? Ringo, just come get some. Everyone's enjoying their snacks. This is what goats love the most. They love to forage on stuff like this. And I promise you guys, now today is my Tuesday. And we can probably come back out here this afternoon during feed up, and every bite of green is going to be gone. There'll be no green left. Instead, it's just going to be a bunch of old branches. And that's what will burn. Ringo, come get a bite to eat before they're all gone. Ringo's like, I'm working on it. but there's a bird in my way. Hey, Laverne, I'm going to take this and give it to Ringo. I'm going to walk over and give it to Ringo so he can have him a bite before they're all gone. Poor Ringo. Debbie, you're in Ringo's way. He can't come eat with his friends because you're right there. Here, Ringers. We're going to toss that over to Ringo. There you go, Mr. Ringies. He's like, okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy, for being so sweet. You're welcome, Ringers. Debbie, you have food. I see food in your bowl. There's food in your bowl, sweetie. You're being a good mom too, Debbie. We're so proud of you for being a good girl. All right. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for watching the video. This morning, we talked about everything from our mini chainsaw and how useful we find it. And that led into us cutting some limbs down for our goats to eat. And they really love this. We talked about our pond and how wonderful it is to have us a fountain on that thing. And then we talked about our fish food and how we're going to start feeding fish to start helping them along. We also noticed some turtles out there that we don't like. So we'll have to address that at some point. We put us a salt lick out for our goats, which is going to help them stay extra healthy. I put that salt lick right here. We also have one that we'll put out for our alpaca. Then we talked a little bit about hunters and how I just find it as distasteful and not the sign of a true hunter to have to lure animals to you just to show your friends how skilled you are at hunting. But hey, to each his own, to each his own. I don't want to anger all the hunters out there. I'm going to finish off the video by offering one of these salt blocks or salt licks to the alpaca who are over here. And then we'll be letting you guys go. I want to thank you for watching. I encourage you guys to find something to comment on. What was your favorite takeaway from the video? Yes, let's do that. What was your favorite takeaway from this morning's video? From our Tuesday morning video. And that takeaway could, uh-oh, are you okay, Ringers? He got spooked because of that bird. That big bird made a move and it freaked him out. He's like, Dad, is that what I think it is? Ringo, this is what you think it is. He goes, let me lick it. Let me lick it. Let me at it. Oh, boy, you like that? He goes, I don't...
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.